Hey, how's it going? I'm your host, Big Arm, everybody, and this is Just a Conversation. Today we have a lovely guest today, Miss Rolanda Footman. Did I say that right?
Yes, you did.
Okay, I said it right. That's good. All right. So for those that don't know you, and tell everybody a little bit like who you are. You know, what do you do?
Well, my name is Rolanda Footman, and I'm a native of Philadelphia. I am an author. I am a life coach, and I wrote a book called Breaking Up a Journey to You. I'm in my editing stage of making my second edition, and I will be self-publishing that because, and hopefully publish other people's books as well.
That is awesome. So this your first book, or?
It's my first book,
Okay.
but I'm doing my second edition of it because I want to bring that back out underneath my company as opposed to having another publisher company doing it. I mean, I had a publisher, but I think I want to take a little bit more control.
So you started your own publishing. Okay, how did you get into that? Like, how did you learn how to do your whole publishing thing? Like, how did that happen?
It's a it's a learning process.
Okay.
So I'm still learning. I mean, by writing my book, it was a book that was mainly made about passion of. It's called Breaking Up a Journey to You, and it was a story that I did for myself. I took time out of my life to work on me because a lot of times when we break up with people, we actually don't take the time that we need to heal ourselves, and we look around and find out we're in the same situation with someone else. So I took the time for myself, and it was just me doing it for myself. And I wind up a couple of, say maybe a year later, my girlfriends were all breaking up and like, how are you just nice with these other people?
Okay.
And then they kept, one night, two girlfriends kept calling me back to back, asking me the same questions back to back. And I just like, listen, so-and-so just asked me the same thing. And they said, well, you need to write a book. And I was like, all right. And then that's why I wrote the
So you
book.
said, I'm gonna write this book. So pretty much this book is about after the breakup, like he broke my heart and this is what I need to do.
No, it's actually started from the beginning because the main issue with breaking up, it's okay to break up. Some people are in your life for a reason and for a season. So it's okay to break up. It's when should you break up? It starts you from should I break up or should I not break up? Should I stay or should I not stay? And then it takes you from all those stages, from breaking up to coping with it, getting over, and then finding yourself at the end.
So I gotta play devil's advocate 'cause I think you should never break up.
You should never break up?
Never break up.
Why not?
Because everything should be worked out. And because you can get through anything. If the relationship, or we'll talk marriage, is that serious and you have vows, why are you breaking up?
Because some things are unforgivable. And as a woman that has been, abused, some things are unforgivable. And so sometimes you just need to go. If somebody is abusing you mentally, physically, emotionally, you need to go. Sometimes nothing in life is constant. Life is change. You're not the same person you were 20 years ago, and you probably won't be the same person 20 years from now. So sometimes you have to change, and like I said, people are in your life for a reason or for a season. I just believe that if you have people in your life, they need to be bringing value to you. And if they're not bringing any value and they're pulling from you, when you look around, and you're emptying out your cup and filling everybody else up and you all empty inside, you need to start working on you.
Well, here's the thing. So I'm just saying, because if a person is married, let's just say, right?
Married.
And the person...
one of my girlfriends was married.
Okay, and they're going through something, right? Sometimes their mate may need help. So why not focus on helping the mate instead of just leaving the mate? Because sometimes people need help because of their backgrounds or their childhood, and they never got help. They never got therapy. So wouldn't you say that we should entertain that first before we even decide to say cut everything off?
Well, in my book, it talks about that. It talks about figuring out should you break up with someone or not. It doesn't say break up with everybody.
Right.
It says
I think you should never break up. I say never break up. That's me.
Okay, you say never break up, but what if somebody don't want to be with you?
Then they can leave.
So you broke up.
You can't stop nobody from leaving. I'm just saying that you in your seat, you should always do your best to keep it together.
Yeah, but
if you
what
decide
if,
to,
the last question that you need to ask yourself is that, can I do more or do I want to? Sometimes people don't want to. Sometimes you gave enough. You feel like I just don't want to give anymore. Or you might not even know how to give anymore. I know I broke up with one of my exes because it was they were in a place that they had to work on themselves. If somebody is in addiction, you can't help that person through an addiction. They have to do it themselves. And you, as a person being there, sometimes they'll tell you, even in AA and all those different things, that sometimes tough love is the best love because they have to work on themselves. And you can't be, a relationship is not two halves to a whole. It's two wholes becoming something brand new. And if that person is a half of a person, how can y'all make something brand new? Because they're not bringing a full person to the relationship.
It's interesting. So you're pretty much saying that you were married and divorced, and now you're helping your friends that's married and divorced and helping them.
I'm not helping them.
Right. But you were married and divorced, correct?
No, I was not married.
Okay. So you're giving advice. You're giving advice to people who may have been married, but you've never been married, correct?
I didn't want to be married to a person
You're just helping everybody
that is going to abuse me.
Got it. Okay.
Because we have to do something better.
Abuse is bad. I agree. Abuse is bad.
But abuse is not just physically pounding on somebody. Sometimes abuse, the worst abuse, you cut me, I'm going to heal.
Right.
But the most hurtful part of abuse is when it is an emotional abuse, because when you're emotional and mental abuse, like that's the kind of stuff that takes a long time to heal. And people, you start doubting yourself or who you are as a person. And if you can't say, I'm a whole person, or I know who I am, because sometimes you lose yourself. Because sometimes you are trying to help your mate so much, and you're giving so much to this person. And then you turn around and it's like, who's helping me? Because I'm down on the ground, and that person is like, all right, bye. Thank you for helping me get my life together. But you're not even a whole person anymore. You're laying on the ground, and you're like, wait, I helped you out to get better.
So do you think a person could be actually whole?
A whole person?
Yeah, I think a person can never be whole.
I think
they're always going to have issues,
well,
and they're never going to be whole.
A whole person, what I'm saying is that if you're okay with who you are, you know who you are. I don't think that anybody is perfect. I think that you should always learn every day. If you don't learn, then what are you doing here? So I'm not saying that you're whole and I don't have to do nothing else. I'm done. I'm chilling for the rest of my life. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying just to be stagnant. I'm saying that being whole, like, hey, I know I am this type of person. These are the things I want. These are my goals in life. And you know that. But most people don't take the time. The reason why we wind up in bad relationships is because we focus our energy on the things that we don't want in a relationship as opposed to thinking about the things that we do want. And so when you turn around and figure out, oh my God, I got this person that is abusive, that is this, that is that. And those are the things that I don't want. But did you ever sit down, and that's part of the book, and define who it is that you do want in your life?
Yeah.
And that's the reason why you need a breakup, because you're not even putting your energy where you want it to be. And that's part of you as a person to grow in knowing what you want and to figure out and sit down and take the time and say, what do I want out of life? Who do I want to be with? Who do I want to walk beside me? And the thing about is that I think that is really more important is that what if you never have that person? I know somebody that, that's very close to me. They were together. They were in love. They were marching down the road of happiness and completion. And she got sick and died.
Oh, man.
So what
if you
in the book too?
Is that in the book?
No.
No, because this book sounds really, really good. I'm excited. I'm ready to buy the book as soon as we get done. I'm just like, okay, so pretty much the book is going to help and heal.
Yes, it helps you heal you. Because if you don't heal you, you can't help anybody else. Like when you're in an airplane, what do they tell you? When the gas masks fall, what do they tell you to do?
I don't be listening. I have my headphones, and I'm sorry.
They tell you to put yours on first.
Oh, that what they tell you?
Before you put on somebody else's.
I be
so you sit there, even when you have a little kid with you, they telling you to don't put the little kids on, put yours on first.
Right.
Why? Because if you lose oxygen, how can you help somebody out?
Right.
So, and this is the same way with my book. It's like, you got to put your gas mask on first. You got to do the work on you.
Right.
And if you don't do the work on you, how can you help somebody else? How can you be that partner for somebody to walk through their life if you didn't put it there?
That's knowledge right there. So did you cry when you was writing this book at all? It seemed like it's a little emotional. I'm feeling like it's an emotional thing for you.
Did I cry through the process or when I wrote the book?
I mean, when you started writing and thinking, did you get emotional writing this book?
Not writing a book, because I was just kind of really methodical, like what did I do? How did I get through this? How do I break this up and try to get it into manageable pieces of people to really understand what the process was. the the preface of the book was a very emotional writing of the book because the preface of the book, which sets up the whole book, was written last.
Wow.
And that was the part that I sat there and I wrote about the day that I realized that I had to break up with my fiance not far from our wedding date.
Got it. Okay.
And
wow.
and that was
Right.
hard because I had to really, I said, what can I show people what this book is about?
Right.
And that's that moment when I looked in the mirror
That's
and
deep.
said that I
That's
can't
deep.
do this anymore. And I had to go tell him that.
Right. And we all want to know, did you get back the ring?
Yes.
Okay. Because usually they say, they never want to get back the ring. They just, so, okay, so you gave back the
But
ring.
that's it, though. I kept all the other diamonds and stuff, and
everything else is
apocalypse,
kept?
and shoes,
He said,
the car.
okay.
I kept everything
He said,
else.
take this ring, and I got the rest of the
Yeah,
stuff.
I got the rest of the stuff, and you
Okay.
can go on out here, and here go, I got the house. Like,
Wow, okay. So you got into the book writing thing. So you're a native in Philly. So what high school did you go to?
I went to Girard Academic Music Program down in South
Music.
Philly.
You do music too?
Yes,
oh
I
my
sing.
goodness, look at this.
Yes, that's where. Yep, that's
And you were
where
from
I
there, you said, okay, you went to college where? What did you do?
I BS'd around a little bit. I went to LaSalle. I went to here, went here, and I got my associates at Pennsylvania Institute of Technology.
Beautiful.
In electronic engineering. And
Nice.
I
Wait a
went
minute,
to St.
electronic engineering too? What do you not do? This is something else here.
And then I went to St. Joe's and got my bachelor's in sociology, and I got my
Okay, engineering, sociology, you're killing me. Okay, what else? you got?
engineering was okay. That's funny. Like I didn't want to be an engineer. I got a
great, though.
scholarship though. So
Scholarship?
yeah. So
Now we know you got brains beyond brains. So, okay, we got to get this book because now we know, okay, this is great now.
I got a scholarship for my associate's degree because I went and took the entrance exam.
Okay.
And I was just going to go to be a paralegal.
Right.
And then I got called in, and I was like, all right, what happened? They was like, oh, we need a call.
Paralegal too?
That's why I was going. No, I was going to go for paralegal, but I
Wow.
didn't go. So they were like, come in and let's talk about your score. And I'm like, oh my God, did I fail this test? Oh my God. And then I'm like, they're like, oh, this is the deans from all the different the engineering departments. I'm like, well, why are you guys here? Because I said, I want to be a paralegal. I just want to work in a law office. And they was like, no, do you know your math score? I'm like, no, what happened? They said, well, we never saw a math score like that. I'm like, well, what happened? They said, well, oh, you only got one wrong. I said, which one I got wrong?
She's like, I shouldn't even got that wrong.
I shouldn't have got it wrong. I said, let me see the test. They're like, we can't. I was like, I just want to see which one I got wrong.
Right.
So they were like, well, just come on and, if you come to the school, we'll give you full scholarship, books, tuition.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
So I was like, all right. And I was like, well, I'll just go ahead and do this. I'm like, but I was really here for being a paralegal.
Wow, okay.
And that was my mom's degree. I gave it to my mom.
Yay, Mom.
So, yeah, I gave it to her. I'm like, here, Mom. I
Yeah.
didn't even use it. It's like,
Oh,
I never
wow.
used it. I just got it just to get it. I like going to school.
That is awesome. So you got the master's, and then you said,
Yeah.
okay, now I'm gonna get into a whole.
Behavior
Did you
counseling.
play sports or anything? Were you
I like to
any
run.
events?
No, I wasn't like a professional athlete, but I like to run all the time.
Okay.
My sister could tell you I like to
No
run.
special events coordinating, no activities. You just kept to yourself and just.
For school?
Yeah.
High school, I was a music person.
Okay.
I sang.
But college, you didn't do no activities, no events, no organizations, nothing. You said.
College, I went to college as an adult student. By the
Mhm.
time I went to college, I was a mom.
Okay.
So.
Well, that's awesome.
So yeah, really.
Yeah.
Studying and having a baby at home.
Right,
is
there you
not-
go. It's like, hey, shh, I'm studying. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, you get it.
Yeah, they were like, whatever.
Yeah, yeah. They don't care.
They don't care.
Hey, Mom, give me some cereal. Like, yeah.
It's not cool.
Okay.
But it was cool because they all, like, one thing I can say is they saw me going through everything that I went through. And when I got my
Wow, okay.
bachelor's degree, it was later in life, not too long. I got my bachelor's degree in 2010. I finally got
Wow,
my bachelor's.
that's awesome.
Yeah, and it was, and, I was the commencement speaker there at St. Joe's for my graduation.
And you was a commencement speaker.
Yeah, it
Look
was
at
really
that.
great, yeah.
Y'all better get this book. Wow, this is
Yeah,
something
so-
else. So when you got done with your master's, what was your first job? What did you get into?
I was still doing everything I was doing every day. I worked in because I had to work there because they pay for my tuition.
Right,
So I
right.
worked for a health insurance company in
Okay.
Philadelphia. So I was like, they pay for all my degrees, so I had to
Wow.
stay there for a few minutes. But now I do project management and I do implementations across the country, and I do life coaching. I do whatever it is. So, I'm a jack of all trades and a master
Wow.
of most.
So you're writing books. So what are you currently doing now? What are your current projects right now you have going on?
Currently, I'm doing the second edition of
This
Breaking
great
Up,
book that we're all going to
right?
get, right?
Yeah, and
I'm buying mine tomorrow.
and I have a pilot that I worked on right now, and I have some interest in shooting my pilot. So we're going to, right now we're getting ready to write the first season, finish the first
So
season.
you're acting too?
I do acting.
Wow,
yeah,
beautiful. How long you been acting?
All my life.
All your life?
If you ask my mom and my...
Yeah, right? So you came out the womb and you was acting.
It's just horrible. Just,
right. Oh my gosh, this is good. That is good.
So yeah, I wrote a pilot, so we're working on pre-production for that. And something else I'm doing. I wrote the pilot, I'm doing it at this minute book. Oh, and I'm doing some producing. Some people are in pre-production of some projects I'll be producing. Podcasts and
so you're gonna be producing, you're gonna be creative directing, you're gonna be
like
writing books, you're
like
going to be running marathons.
I'm not running any marathons. I'm just exercising.
Oh, wow. Okay, just exercising.
Yeah, no running marathons.
So right now, everybody. So you do acting, and writing, and life coaching. And what else? Did I miss anything? Cause I know it's like 10 things.
No, and people always say that, and I said it's the truth though. But,
right.
I do project management and system implementations.
Okay.
For health insurance companies.
Right.
So I'm pretty active in doing that.
Okay.
So I'm here now. I just got back from California a couple weeks ago. So.
Was that acting or what in California?
No, I was implementations, systems, clients. Just.
Are you in a union? You SAG or you?
No,
after
I'm not
anything?
SAG yet. I have to get a big gig to get some SAG credits.
Okay.
So I'm working with my pilot. I want to use SAG. To get so I can.
You have a management. You have an agency, or you just by yourself? You just represent yourself.
Right now, I represent myself.
Okay.
When it comes down to that, because I'm not really. That's not really like my focus.
Right.
Like if somebody's doing a project.
The thing is life coaching in this book. I get it.
Yeah, life coaching the book and writing my pilot. So once my pilot is done, I mean the pilot is done and people are very interested in it.
Right.
It's really crazy, kind of quirky pilot.
Wow. Okay.
But and it's about being single, and
being single. Wow.
Being single of a certain age.
So it's different than the book. Or the book, are you single? Yeah, the book is about how to break up and then become single.
And be yourself.
So the pilot's like almost part 2 pretty much. Okay.
No, it's not. Actually, the pilot came about because after you become a certain age, as a woman, and people are like, "Are you married?" And you're like, "No." They're like, "Oh,
okay.
you're not married."
Got it.
And it's like, wait.
Okay.
And then you sitting there telling about how your husband is throwing socks all over the place. I'm like, I don't have no socks.
Okay.
I don't have to worry about.
You have no socks on your end. I get it.
So you sitting there worrying about you talking about to me. I should be like, baby,
got it.
You had to cook for somebody. I don't.
Right.
I
Okay.
can order out.
Oh, this is beautiful.
But that's what the pilot is about. Is about women at different stages of being single at a certain age and how it's okay to be single and be quirky and having alternative lifestyles.
Right,
and just
doing your thing pretty much. Right. Man, I'm so glad you came out. This is awesome. So tell everybody how they can get a hold of you.
If you want to get a hold of me through my life coaching, is www.planprospergrow.com. That's the name of my company. Because you need to come up with a plan so you can prosper and then you can grow. So that's the name of my life coaching company, and www.rolandafootman.com is my company for me, whatever, just so you want to find me personally. And 2405 Productions is my production company.
Wow, that is nice. Okay, so pretty much they can catch you on social media, and the book is called what again?
Breaking Up a Journey to You. Social media, I'm Rolanda Michelle.
Okay.
At Rolanda Michelle on Instagram.
Okay, and the book is coming out when? Because we're all waiting on it.
The second edition will be coming out next year, and it's going to be probably at around June because we're in the editing stages now, and we need to get a typeset. So.
Got it. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming out. We really enjoyed you. We learned a lot about this book, everybody. Everybody, here you go. Rolanda Footman. It's just a conversation.